Hi everybody, how are you? My name is Kelly Brophy. I'm happy to be here with you. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. And today we're going to be doing a wonderful program on mapping out an issue that you might be having in your life. So it's really like a problem-solving skill that helps us with solving issues that are coming up in our lives. If you've got big projects or small projects or just something that might be needing a little bit of tweaking. And what you'll need to go get, if you don't mind, is a piece of paper. And plain paper is better than lined, but lined is fine. And then a marker or a pen. So if you want to go get that and just shut your camera off for a minute, you can go do that, and I'll be here when you get back and we'll start. So I hope that you were able to shut your camera off and come back with a piece of paper and either a pen or a marker. And what I want you to do now is just, if you could just think about something that you would like to achieve either today or in long term. It can be something as simple as organizing your kitchen or your bedroom, and then even something as complicated as, you know what, I'd like to get out of debt. I've incurred a lot of debt and I really need to start cutting down on my expenses. So it can be anything like that. It can also be things such as, I would like to lose weight, or I would like to become more fit. So it can really be anything that you would like to achieve in your life, short term or long term. And a lot of times people will start with one, say a short term goal, and then they realize how effective the mapping system really is, and they want to use it for the long term goals as well. So either one is fine. So what I'm going to do is use myself as an example for my mapping, and you can just follow along. So on our blank piece of paper, right in the center, we're going to draw a box or a circle. It depends on which one you like. Either one is fine. So don't make it too big because this box is going to have a lot of offshoots to it. So we're going to put a box in the middle of our paper that looks just like this. Can you guys see that? So just like that, right in the middle. And in that box, you're going to write down what your goal is. And it can be very specific if you'd like it to be. So let's say that my goal, I would like to lose 15 pounds. So I'm going to put that in that center right there. So I'm going to write that down. And if you could write your goal down in that box, that would be perfect. So here I am with my very first center goal. And it actually is centered. I have my paper tucked underneath the clip on the end. So my end goal is to lose 15 pounds. Your goal could be, like I said, to organize your kitchen or have an organized kitchen. So whatever your goal is, it's going to be right in the middle. Then what we're going to do is think about 4 things. We'll start with just 4 things that you need to do or that can help you lose your 15 pounds or organize your kitchen or sleep better. Don't forget, anything can go into the center box, anything that is your goal. It can even have something to do with pet care or walking your dog or organizing your paperwork. It can be absolutely anything that you would like to achieve there. So from that center box, let's all think of 4 things that we know that we would need to do to reach that goal. So we're going to make 4 points come right out of this box or circle. Like I said, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you like. Come out of each side of your circle or your box. So I'm going to do that. And out of those, at the end of those lines, you're going to draw 4 more boxes or circles. So it's starting to look like somewhat of a branching system, and that's exactly what it is. So we have the 4 boxes outside the main box. So let's think about what your goal is in the middle, and one thing that you know you need to do to reach that goal, to have that be your final goal. So if mine is to lose 15 pounds, I know one of the things I'm going to need to do is reduce my caloric intake. So I'm going to put that down as one of them. So reduce my calories. Another thing that I know would help me lose weight is to drink more water. So I'm going to put that in the second box. It really doesn't matter which direction you go in either. At this point of the mapping, these first four main things can go absolutely anywhere. Okay, so I have that one done. Then the next, we're going to think about the other two. So for losing 15 pounds, another thing I'm going to put in would be to exercise more. So that's going to go in there as well. And then my fourth one is going to be to sleep more, because I know that that also helps us lose weight. So I have my main goal in the center, and then four primary things that I know will help me reach that goal. If you think that there's more primary things that you need to do to reach your goal, they can go off of the corners of your box or your circle. I know a circle doesn't have corners, but you know what I mean. They could go off to the angle, the upper right, the upper left, the lower right, the lower left. So if I think about losing 15 pounds, and I know that I'm going to reduce my calories, I'm going to exercise more, I'm going to drink more water, and I'm going to sleep more, or I'm going to sleep better. We talked about sleep last week and how important that is. So those are four primaries, but I can also think of a few more that I'm positive would help me, and one of them would be to reduce my stress levels. So that's going to go onto one of my side shoots as well. Reduce stress. There we go. So I think that those in my life are the primary things that I would need to do to be successful in losing weight. So I've got my main goal, and I have 5 sprouts off of my main goal. So I'm going to pick one of these sprouts to work on at first, and I'm going to go to exercise more. So to exercise more, what would I need to do to achieve that goal? Do I need to really exercise more? So let me think about that. For me to exercise more, I might need to wake up earlier. So I'm going to draw a line off of that box, and I'm going to make another box. And that one is going to be wake up earlier and get a little bit of a walk in before I leave for work. Another side shoot of exercising more for my life, and it has to be very specific to your life so that it's something that is very easy for you to achieve and very specific to you reaching your goal. So another thing that I could use to exercise more would be possibly to exercise while I am watching TV, which is actually really fun. And we can talk about that another time. That's like a whole other set of fun things that we can do. So I will put exercise while watching TV. So like in-home exercise. And as you can see, my tree is growing out to the side. My map is. So I'm going to go down now to drinking more water. This is the second box away from my main goal, is to drink more water. What do I need to do to actually help myself drink more water? And one of those things could be to set reminders for myself. So that's a great idea, right? I'm going to set reminders to drink more. So you can set reminders for yourself either on paper, if you are a list person. I'm definitely a list person. I love writing lists. Or you can use your smartphone, your computer, and you can even have a friend remind you, but it just has to be pretty routine. So one of my things is going to be set reminders to drink more. I forget to drink sometimes, and I won't realize how thirsty I am until my mouth is dry, which of course that is definitely a symptom of being thirsty, but it would be better if I was drinking before I got to the point of being thirsty. And then another thing that will help me drink more water, so I'm going to draw another offshoot to this, is to flavor my water. That will definitely help if I put lemons, limes, strawberries, blueberries. So that's going to be the next thing, is to flavor my water. And then another thing that could help me drink more water could be, just trying to think of what would help. It might be to see the see what I need to drink in a day out on my counter every day. So I'm going to make the water visible to myself each day. And actually, I'm saying drink water, but it really can be drinking anything that doesn't have caffeine and lots of sugar in it. It should have no caffeine if it's in your daily count, and your sugar should be very, very limited in whatever you're drinking. But if that's the case, it's okay to count it as your water. So I'm going to actually put my water out that I need to drink in a day. So if I need to drink, say, 80 ounces every day, I'm going to put 80 ounces on my counter so that I can see as I'm going through my day that I'm not done yet. So I'm going to put it where I can see it. So there we go. I have my main goal. And then here's exercising more with 2 things I would need to do. Here's drink more water with 3 things I would need to do. And now out to the other side, I have sleep more, because quality sleep is definitely linked to losing weight. So we're going to go over to that side now. And what could I do in my home that would help me sleep more? And we talked about this last week, about improving the quality of our sleep and our setting the tone in our room. So I'm going to do an offshoot of sleeping more and put right in there that I'm going to improve the temperature in my room. I'm going to reduce the temperature in my bedroom. So here comes another box there. It's messy because I'm writing upside down, but I'm sure you're getting the gist of it. So lower my temperature in my bedroom. And then another thing that can help me sleep more is to get rid of the blue light in my room. So remove the blue lights. Excellent. So let's say that one of your things over here was if your main goal was to organize your office area or your kitchen in your home, and this box, one of your first outshoots could be like to have cleaner cabinets. Your offshoots from that could be just getting rid of some of the stuff that you're not using or giving it away or recycling it. That could be there. So we're growing outward from our center goal. And then my last one that I had was reducing my calories, which this will be the hardest for me because I love my food. So I'm gonna put an offshoot there, and I'll put in 2 things that will help me reduce my calories. One of the things that I can do to reduce my calories would be to switch from sugar to stevia, because sugar tastes good and it's wonderful, but it's loaded with calories, and stevia is all natural and it has 0 calories. So I would do a switch from sugar to stevia. And then another calorie reduction that I could do that should be pretty easy for me would be to reduce my carb intake, so my starches and breads and things like that. So I'm going to put that as one right there. So lower my intake of bread and carbs. Those 2 things will help me reduce my caloric intake. So from here, believe it or not, we can go out even more. We can make offshoots of that. Now, the reason that it's important to do these offshoots, and I'll show you how amazing it is, I don't want to take up all of your time by, going through all of my little arms and branches that I'm making, but what if I just take one of them and show you how far out we can go with that and how simple the process works. So I want to lose 15 pounds, and one of my first branches was to exercise more. And then I got off of that, an offshoot from that would be to wake up and exercise in the morning, take a little walk in the morning before I leave my house for work. Well, what will I need to be able to do that? I would need to definitely set my alarm and get ready earlier the night before. So I might have to place a few things out the night before. So that's 2 more that I'm offshooting from there. So when I have gone all the way around my mapping, and I have branched out everything to the most biteable, tiny little bites of steps that I need to take to reach that center goal, all I'm going to do as I'm going through this is, okay, I got an alarm clock. I did get the alarm clock. I set my alarm for earlier. And I did get my things, I have a system now to get my things done earlier the night before, so that in the morning I do have that time. So these things can actually come right off. You're done with that. You can go all the way around your map, and all of these little things are just little tiny bites and steps that you would take to reach the center goal. And I can, if you have done your work if you have done your homework on the mapping and really thought out what you need to do to reach that goal, I promise you that you will reach this goal. And as you do, you'll see that all of these outside things are disappearing. And pretty soon you might be right down to that middle one, drinking more water. Well, you're already there, so that's done. And if I follow all of my own instructions, I know how I need to get this big project done. And if I follow all my own instructions and do a check mark and getting rid of all of these outside things, when I'm done and I have no more check marks left, I will have lost 15 pounds. Your kitchen would be organized. Your office paperwork can be done. Your tax returns can be done. If we take the things that we need to get done and turn it into very reachable goals that are very small and bite-sized pieces, it's so much easier to achieve that. It takes a lot of the pressure off too, because as soon as you've written something down, and this is like another suggestion for you in general, when we write something down, it gets out of our brain. We have it on paper now, so we feel very safe in releasing that. So usually once you have your map made of your project that you'd like to achieve, you already feel better and you feel more relieved. It is on paper, you can look at it, you can go back to it. So I hope that that was helpful, but I do want to let you know that there is a free app online that you can go to if you have access to the internet, and it is, if you just go to Google, do a Google search for Mind Mup, M-U-P, and it will bring you right there to Mind Mup. It is free, and you can go to Mind Mup and you can actually do this exact chart using an online plan, and it's free, and when you do a check mark on your the things that you've achieved, guess what? They disappear. So your map gets better every time you do one of your little projects. Another thing that's very cool about the online one is that you can do all of these in different colors. You know, like one of mine was about drinking more water, so I could do all those blue for water. And then exercise more could be like red because I want to burn calories. And then reducing calories could be like a yellow. So I could have them all color coded as well. But when you're done with it, you can check them off, and they will either shade out for you or they will disappear completely. And the name of that is Mind and then a space, MUP, M-U-P. Do a Google search, it will pop right up, and you can try that online as well. If you have any questions, you can always send an email in, and I'm happy to answer them for you. And I hope that this was helpful for you. It's really wonderful for reducing stress, getting organized in our lives, and just having a wonderful tool that no matter what your goal is, this will help us achieve it. I use it all the time. So I hope you guys have a great week.